Good afternoon and happy Sunday, October 12th. Yep, I am at the shop as you can see. It's actually noon, so I wasn't able to pick up the camera and record it all this morning, but I had a nice kind of slow morning, tried to take it easy a little bit since I knew I was working some overtime today. So I edited the video this morning that went up yesterday. I'm just here to dye yarn today as aforementioned, and I was just counting my inventory and looking at, like, if I was to keep up the dyeing the 40 skeins per session, I think I should actually basically be done in 4 dye days, and that is so doable. I'm back now. Welcome back, baby. And that is super. I don't quite remember what I was saying because Ara took the camera for a minute, but yeah, so I did the math, and as long as I'm dyeing 40 skeins a day. Okay, sorry if that was a little jarring, the constant cuts and changing of setting. Ara was chatting away with me, so I wanted to give her my attention. Okay, so to summarize, what I was saying is, as long as I keep up the momentum on my dye days of dyeing 40 skeins, I should actually be able to finish dyeing all the yarn in 4 days. That includes today. So if I come in tomorrow, which is Monday, and it is my office job day, but if I come in and do some yarn while I'm monitoring the office, or in the afternoon once I'm done for the day with the office, then maybe I can do 2 half dye days so I can have a little bit of a buffer in case this week is busy with customers. So I might do that. But yeah, so today I'm gonna do 40 skeins of fingering weight, and then I have 1 more sock yarn dye day, and then I'll have 2 DK weight dye days, and that's 4. And then I do have some other packs left. So whatever I have time for, I'll just dye extra, and hopefully I'll have some time to dye spinning fiber as well, but that takes a lot more time. I can't do as many per pan. So yeah, I'm feeling good about the festival prep. I think things are kind of wrapping up. So hopefully I'm in a good position. I did contact the Alabama Rabbit Rescue yesterday about boarding Junimo while I'm gone. So he's gonna go be in bunny heaven for a week, where he gets to go and live with some really enthusiastic rabbit caretakers. So that's good news. I wasn't quite sure what I was gonna do with him for that long. I had been looking around for somewhere to board him, and so finally I found somewhere that I think I can definitely trust. So that's good. So yeah, I've just gotten the yarn starting to soak, and I'm getting the dye pans hot and everything. So I have to wait a little while before I can start dyeing, but that will commence shortly. I'm gonna skein up some of the yarn that I've been dyeing earlier in the week, and that's really it. I'm just gonna kind of relax since today's technically my off day. Oh, I am wearing a handmade item today. This is my Studio Craft Tee by Matchy Matchy Sewing Club, and the fabrics are the Dark Roma collection from Fluid Plus Drape. It is a cotton linen blend, so I thought it would be nice and comfortable for dyeing yarn today, and nice and dark in case I spill any dye powders or anything like that. And then I have some cotton linen shorts on and just some sneakers so I can have some mobility. Yeah, I do have an order to package up for today. I'll show that to you guys in a little bit. And you may have seen that last night Jason and I did end up going to the ramen place for our date, and that was really nice. And then we were back home by 8 p.m. We thought about following it up with maybe a cocktail somewhere, but we decided just to come back and relax a little bit. And I did pick up for the shoulders on my Olga, and I connected so I can start with the front panel. So pretty soon I'll be able to work that in the round. So yeah, got some knitting done as well. Here's the amazing order that this customer put together. So this is my Shihiro sock set, one of the colorways from my Spirited Away collection. This is speckled eggs. It's like a creamy base with some olive and caramel kind of speckles. It's one of my favorite colorways and one of my best sellers. And then this is Ara, of course. We've got some subtle salmony, peachy, and light blue hues with these really bright speckles. And then this is Candle Wax, another one of my favorite colorways. This was from my dark fairy tale collection, which is part of what I'm dyeing up today, is some colorways from this collection. So yeah, I need to pop these little guys into the mail. Move around, move around! Well, I'm recording on my phone. I did bring my camera and my batteries, but apparently they did not actually charge when I plugged them in, so I must have had them in backwards or not in all the way or something. So I just wanted to do a quick check-in. I have dyed 25 of the 40 skeins that I soaked, so that's really good progress, and I'm on track to finish before I go, but I think it's 2:37, and we have friends coming over tonight at around 5:30, so I'll probably finish, but if not, I may only have like 5 left, which is just 1 pan, or it could be 2 depending on what colorway I decide to do. But yeah, I've dyed a good bit. I'm feeling pretty good about it, and I definitely have lots of yarn in stock, so should be good. Feeling pretty confident about it. While I'm here, I guess I will show you guys my little quilt project, or big quilt project that I've been working on. I made like lots of progress all in one day, and then I haven't had a chance to sew on it since, but I actually have every single piece cut out, which is excellent. And then I have several of the first little blocks made, so they're here. And yeah, so I'm following the pattern, and the pattern is the postage stamp quilt kit from Heather Ross. She showed this on her Instagram and mentioned that she'd have kits, and so I set a timer and bought one right away because it's so fun, and it's not something I would have conceptualized on my own. I think the picture, pictures never do it justice in the same way that like a video does, or of course seeing it in person, but the video shows all of the different character to the project. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. So I have like over 800 tiny squares cut out, and everything is really ready to go. It's just a matter of sitting down to the machine and working on it. But my whole sewing system has been disheveled for weeks now because there was one afternoon where I had some free time at the shop, I think last month, and so I took my sewing machine out to the main room to my big table, and I had all of this laid out there. I brought my ironing board and everything out there, and that's what I was working on. But yeah, then I cleaned up, I threw everything back here, and again, I haven't had a chance to work on it since, but it's going to be so lovely, and I'm very excited to work on it when I'm no longer in festival prep. Here's a drawing that my daughter did. It's so cute. It's one of her first really thoughtful drawings, where she was intentionally choosing the different aspects. So she said this is a picture of her. You can see her cute little eyes and her hair and her legs and her fingers. It's very cute. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on. And this, I'm getting ready to cast this on pretty soon. So these are the skeins I have from Cape May Fibers Coraline collection in the Little Door colorway. and it's the non-superwash organic Aran base, just like my vest. So I'm going to be making a very cute cabled frilly collar to wear. So I'm going to cast this on very soon. That project should take me like 2 or 3 days, as long as I have knitting time. So yeah, I just need to go ahead and get started. This is a skein of Ara that I set aside for myself to pair with like a Sari or something to make my daughter some ballet leg warmers. So I do want to get started on that. And I don't often keep my own hand-dyed yarn. I have a bad habit of just buying other people's yarn and selling all of mine, but I'm trying to knit with my own yarn more frequently these days so that I can see how it works up and show you guys. So I did set aside a skein of virtual reality for myself because it's one of my favorite yarns and I really liked this skein, so that will become something fun eventually. But yeah, I shouldn't even show you guys this whole room. It's just crazy right now. This cicada pouch, I got this from the Midsummer Stitch sort of virtual cross stitch event that Lindy Stitches hosted over the summer, and it is so cute. And it has a project inside that I will not be starting anytime soon, unfortunately. I haven't gotten a cross stitch in a couple of months, but like I have these cute pins, and I have the floss pack and the fabric to do the Summer's Day Jessica Doe's Jet Stitch pattern. So yeah, I just, of course, just one of many millions of projects that I will make eventually. Another thing I really want to do is knit Ara another sweater for this season. So I've been looking at my stash and going through it. I've actually been going through and taking some of these are like the little cellophane bags. I reuse them when people ship me yarn, or like I of course keep these because I ship yarn, and when I use a project quantity I refill it. So I do reuse these, but I do this to keep project yarns together and to keep them safe. So it's just one more step of like just ensuring that I'm taking good care of my things. But anyway, I really want to cast on a new sweater for Ara. So I have lots of like sock yarn I could go with. Tons of choices in here. I have these 2 Wirt and Greg sock sets that I was really hoping to make this season. I might, when we travel to SAF, if I finish my other sock that I'm currently working on that I haven't touched this month, I'll probably cast on one of these colorways to work on my Over the Garden Wall socks on the trip. But yeah, I have several yarns that I could choose from. This is a little mini skein bundle of little pastels that I got from Holly Dye Works, and the intention was to make something for Ara, so that would be kind of fun. Although I kind of want to make her something autumnal. I've made her colorful little things, but it would be kind of nice to make her something, you know, like I said, a little bit autumnal and maybe a little bit more dressed up. So yeah, trying to think. I was tempted to try to cast something on today, but so far I've just been on my feet the whole time, so I haven't gotten any knitting time while I've been working on my dyeing yarn. Yep, I have a lot of this. This is really my whole yarn stash. So that's pretty good. I think 4 cubbies plus a couple of things up in this basket. Definitely a lot. I'm not saying it's not, but yeah. So this is my whole yarn stash. I know you can see the reflection of the whole messy room in the glass. And then my fabric stash is basically these cubbies, and those are more of like yardage. So mostly things like a lot of it I have cut into. It's just enough to still keep it folded. And then I do have like my scrap bin down here. I might just try to start giving some of that stuff away. I don't know. I've got some apparel fabric in here. And then I do have some like bundles. This is the Ruby Star Society strawberry bundle. They did a re-release of, or like they did an updated release of this collection. So I got the whole fat quarter bundle and some yardage as well. So yeah, that's my craft supplies that I long to work with. I also have this doodle kit from Fangirl Fibers, and it is the perfect pink autumnal palette. It is so pretty, and I would love to go ahead and start a new doodle of some kind. I might do a doodle sweater finally with this and just do something autumnal. I don't know, but I really want to work with this palette. These are 50 gram DK weight minis, and they're so pretty. So I would love to work on that this fall, along with all of the other yarn that I have. I also really want to cast on these, and these are crinkly, but this is the Nutcracker collection, Tiny Human Knits, but this is like the fingering weight and the mohair, and it's enough yarn to do a striped sweater. So I'm going to probably make the Arrow sweater by PetiteKnit because it matches all of the yarn, like it kind of matches all of the specs for the yarn. I was really hoping to cast that on this year, so hopefully by the end of the year I'll cast that on too. Here we have some of my cottons that I use to make some of the dolls that I knit for Ara, like the toys. I think I got the yarn to make the koala next, and then I have some yarn for the koala's clothing, and then this is still supposed to come the panda's raincoat, but at this point the panda's so worn I'm not sure if she needs a raincoat. Plus Ara always takes off her dress, so I don't know if she needs a raincoat as well. You guys see that my sweet duck got her green stripe. I feel like she's a grown-up duck now. It's amazing how much faster ducks mature than chickens. I've only ever, well, I did grow up, we did have some ducks when I was younger, but I think I was in boarding school by the time my parents got the ducks. So I didn't realize that they grow up so fast. But yeah, she's like a grown-up big girl duck now. She got her really pretty stripes. That's so cool. They're so iridescent, they look blue or green depending on the way she's facing. But yeah, I thought I would share that.